everybody, and welcome to a book haul. Yes, I'm doing another one. I haven't done one in a while, but I decided that I wanted to do one now, so I am. And actually, I sat down yesterday with the camera and put all the books up and, really just like made everything ready. And then my camera died. And I think somebody was trying to tell me something because that very day, which was yesterday, I bought 2 new books. So they get to come in the book haul as well. Actually, 3 new books. So today I have 11 books to show you. And I'm really excited over some of them. So I can't wait to show you all of the books that I got. Now, to start with some of the books that I got for Christmas, first of all, for my parents, I got To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is a classic that I've been wanting to read for a while. It's been on my list, like the other 100 classics that I have on that list. It's actually a 100-book long classic list, and I've read 16 so far, if you wanted to know. And first of all, I found the story, I'm really looking forward to reading it, but also this edition, I fell in love with it when I saw it in the bookstore. It's the 50th anniversary edition, and I just really love the cover, and it's super soft, and I'm really excited, and God, so I was really happy because my parents got me this for Christmas. Then also by my parents, I got, and one I bought from a gift card, I brought 2 books by the same author. I got, first I got Looking for Alaska by John Green, and as you can see indicated by the bookmark, I have already started this. I've been wanting to read John Green for a while now because I've been watching his YouTube channel and all the videos he does and the crash course videos about history he does because I love history. And I just really wanted, I've never read anything by him, so I really wanted to start with the first book he wrote, Looking for Alaska, and so far, it's amazing, and I can't wait to finish it. It's really good, and I really like how it just, the language is really good. So, yeah, and I'm really excited to start, finish reading this. And the other book that I got by a gift card, also for Christmas, was The Fault in Our Stars, also by John Green. I think it's his newest novel, and it's being made into a movie. So, wanted to read John Green, and I always kind of want to read the book before the movie. So, I saw this, and I bought it, and I'm really excited to read it because apparently it is amazing. So yes, a little bit of a young adult to set me off this year. Then yesterday, there was actually an English kind of book sale down in my bookstore, the bookstore that I usually buy books from, and they had a couple of books. I mean, they had actually a lot of the Pretty Little Liars books, but I didn't buy any of them because I already have 8, and I thought this story was dragging on by then, so I didn't want to buy the next 4. But I found something that I sort of I'd looked at for a while, and that was Fallen in Love by Lauren Kate. It is, and I really wanted to get it in paperback actually because all of my other Fallen books are in paperback, but I mean, it cost next to nothing, and I mean, come on, there's a point where I sort of set a boundary for my addictiveness, and it's a compilation of short stories based in the Fallen universe with the characters and stuff, and I thought, you know what, I'd been missing this. I have all the other books, and I really like them, even though they're sort of cliche, and a lot of people I know didn't like them. They're not the best writing of the century, but I'd always liked them a bit, and it's about angels and stuff, and it was sort of the first, really, sort of YA literature that I really got to know. So I thought, you know what, why not? The short stories are cute, now I have all the collection. So. Then, actually, a long way before Christmas, and that was S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst. Now, I don't know Doug Dorst, and I think he's more of the author of the material, but J.J. Abrams is a famous movie and TV filmmaker, and he does movies and TVs and TV shows and stuff, and the concept behind this is really cool. So there is S, which is basically, you know, like, this is the whole package from, like, my point of view. But the story revolves around this book, Ship of Theseus by V.M. Straka. Now, this book is fictional, and, like, the concept of a book and the author is fictional, but that's what the whole mystery about. And it's basically a mystery about who the author is and the weird text within the book. And the cool thing is that inside the book, of course, there are, like, a lot of documents and, like, maps, and I love that. But inside of it is basically, like, this sort of conversation. There is the prose, you know, text, and then there is this conversation between two different characters who, in this fictional world, have picked up this book and sort of write notes to each other by leaving it at a campus library, and sort of get into this whole conspiracy about the author. So that's really cool, and there's, like, postcards in it and stuff that, like, are supposed to be from the characters who are, like, writing in it, and it's really, really cool. So it's like if you picked up this old library book, you would, like, find all of these notes and stuff, and it's really cool. Then, it's not really a book, but it feeds my notebook obsession. I got Keel's Simple Diary, and this I got at a museum called Louisiana up in here in Denmark, which is really cool. I really love it's like a modern art museum. It's really cool. But they have this amazing museum store. I love museum store. And they have this, and it's basically like a diary, as you can see. I don't know if you can see this actually. Where you write the date, and then instead of, you know, like, writing all your other text, you, like, sort of cross things off and give, like, 1 or 2 sentences explaining why. You know, this one says, your day was a leak, or open sesame, or closing a deal. And it sort of makes you, like, reflect over your book and over your day and your life and such. And I thought it was pretty cool. Plus, I love this dark red color. Then I got this really cool, I don't want to say cool, but my mom, when she was, you know, going through some of my grandfather's stuff, found this Dickens Christmas stories. It's like in collections of them, short Christmas stories written by Charles Dickens, in Danish, of course, but it's like an old book and stuff. And the really cool thing about old books is that whenever, you know, I get something from my grandparents or stuff, there's really often this sort of, like, it's like opening, like, a little treasure chest, because they always, like, the people in my family always liked to collect, like, newspaper clippings about the book and maybe about the author and stuff, and, like, put them in. And sometimes it's just, like, so weird. Like, these are from 1991, and, like, look at these old newspapers and just, like, about how, you know, about the things, and it's like, it's really cool to just think about, oh, look at these, like, old newspaper articles and stuff, and I think it's so sweet. So I got that. Then for Christmas, I also got, and this is really cool, I got Paris by Edward Rutherford, and you might say, whoa, I think you already showed that. Yeah, but that was because my mom bought it, and I sort of stole it from her for a second. But this time I actually got my own copy for a Christmas present, and since I really love Edward Rutherford and the book Sarum, which is the longest book that I've ever read, I thought, you know what, I was really happy to get this because I really like Paris, and I really can't wait to, like, read about what he's written, you know, the stories and stuff. Now to the, I always save the best for last. So the really cool stuff that I got, both 2 of them I got yesterday, and 1 of them I got, like, a couple of days ago, was I'm adding a bit to my Tolkien collection. First of all, I got well, not really a Tolkien book, but something that pertains to it, and that is the Atlas of Middle-earth by Karen Wynne Fonstad. And I would recommend this to everybody who loves Tolkien and Middle-earth, and it is the Atlas of Middle-earth with... I can really talk today, like, my Throat is killing me. And that is basically all about, it's maps. And basically maps of everything. I think she's sort of like, maybe if a cartographer would take like the text in every house and every place and every cavern and every is mapped out. I mean, look, this is like a lake town from The Hobbit, also called Esgaroth. And, you know, like, I mean, if I show it like this is like a whole like 2-page spread of like the Misty Mountains, and it's really cool because it's so thorough. I mean, there's even like a plan of like a Tom Bombadil's house, which I was like, whoa, how did you know that? I couldn't like make a floor plan of Tom Bombadil's house when I read it, but that's really cool. And now for the stuff that I'm most excited for. When I was in the bookstore yesterday, sometimes they always stock up, and there is, of course, if you go over to the place where the Tolkien books are, I always check to see if they have something. And I found that they had just stocked up on a lot of stuff. So I found there The Children of Húrin by J.R.R. Tolkien and edited by Christopher Tolkien, which is the story of Turin Turambar and his sister, which are the Children of Húrin. And it's later published a couple of years ago by Christopher Tolkien. And I mean, this is just really cool. It was in paperback, and like all of my Tolkien books so far are in paperback and by the same publisher, so it fit like the addiction, which I like to call it. And also it has really cool illustrations by Alan Lee, who also worked on the movies. I daren't open it too much because then I'll crack the spine, and I'm really iffy about that. And also, and this thing is I'm possibly most excited for, because you have to understand one thing. My bookstore is like, and I call it my bookstore, but the bookstore that I buy books from is like really limited. And then I was so surprised that they had this because it seemed so odd, and I got really excited. And that is the Book of Lost Tales, Part 1, by J.R.R. Tolkien and Christopher Tolkien, of course, which is the History of Middle-earth, Volume 1. And I have really wanted the History of Middle-earth series, and I first have to read the Silmarillion, of course. But I was just so excited, and even though I spent a lot of money, like half of what I have on my account yesterday, I just had to buy this because that is so cool, and now I have the first volume, and I was actually, you know, considering buying it yesterday on the internet, and then I was like, wait, I didn't do it, and then I got this instead, so that is like really cool. One last thing that I thought was kind of cool, it's not anything like enormously special, but yeah, I bought the sticker for my MacBook, which is, let me just, so the apple's not upside down. I bought, you know, the One Ring poem text to put around the Apple symbol on my computer because I'm geeky like that, and now I know it's mine. So yeah, it's like marking my territory, but in a geeky sort of way. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I've started my new reading challenge, which is 50 books this year, which means 4 books every month, so that is what you can kind of expect. And leave a comment if you want to tell me anything. I really love reading comments, like make my day, and I get so happy. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!